Man, looks like. What it do? What it do? I should have titled this live differently. I'm gonna put what it do? What it do? All right. So I'm gonna do a lyric breakdown of my newest song called Vexed. It is on BANDCAMP right now. I think what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna type in Vexed and G.Aware. Nerd. Okay, if you type in Vexed and G.Aware.Nerd, you're first gonna get my YouTube. So Google that. It's a dope ass song. It's kind of like, I guess you could say it's kind of an electronic. I want to say that it's synthwave based, but it's a little, yeah. It is. I guess you could say it's synthwave based, but it's kind of like hip hop type delivery of lyrics. So Vexed, obviously y'all know what Vexed means. Vexed means pissed, mad, angry, upset, infuriated, perturbed, and I wrote this song because actually it was the lyrics that I created for the song were actually lyrics that I wrote for like a duet for Maddie Work Beats duet for that, and I wrote a little verse for that, and I'm like, man, I like that verse that I wrote, and I'm a little bit older than I look. I'm a millennial, and so I tried to write the lyrics in the style of the auto tune and the way that people would probably appreciate the lyrics today, at least a chunk of the song. So when I wrote that verse and for that duet, I thought that was pretty fire. I'm like, let me just put that on this new song that I'm doing. And the song is more synthwave based, so it's more of a like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So the beat isn't like, it's not trap, it's not bouncy, it's not drill, it's more synthwave because I fucking love synthwave. And but I think it's a dope ass song. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into the lyrics so that y'all can understand where it is I'm coming from, and y'all can determine whether I got some real bars or not. And you can Google Vexed and G.Aware.Nerd. So it's like I put G.Aware.Nerd because in case anything happens to this account, I will still want to be able to use my original name for the new account that I bring up. So you can Google that, and once you find the Bandcamp link, click on the Bandcamp link. And so what I start off with in verse 1 is I say, "Glory to the highest." So like people sometimes on their songs, they like to give thanks to the ancestors. I am giving thanks to God or the creator of the universe or the essence of the universe or whatever it is. I give thanks to basically bless the song so that the song is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And so I say, "Glory to the highest," trying to get you biased to my brand alliance. Now that's pretty, self-explanatory. Trying to get you biased to my brand alliance. If you allies to my shit, we steady vibing. Busting your head with a better verse, and I put that on my pious. So it's like, when I say that, I'm saying like, basically the way that I'm able to come up with the lyrics that I come up with is because of my faith in and my alignment with the highest force in the universe. And then I say, I want a piece of the pie, shit, run them C notes, I am the vote. And so when I say I want a piece of the pie, that means I'm ready to receive the abundance that is due me, and that I'm tired of being resistant to the abundance that's due me. And when I say run them C notes, I'm obviously saying, I want the abundance of money, but if you listen to that song, what that line that I say there is actually in C sharp. I'm singing the note C sharp. So it's like when I say run them C notes, it's in C sharp. And then I say I am the vote. So apparent when I get Brolic should be embalming these sound waves for the new Generation X. And so I say when I get on my hot shit, when I start getting aggressive, that it's becomes very apparent that I'm capable and I'm deserving of the abundance that I'm asking for, and that I'm actually incredibly dope. And then when I say should be embalming the sound waves for the new generation X, I say you should be encasing what it is that I'm saying. You should be, find some way to embalm this shit and slow down these sound waves so that they can be embalmed, so that the next generation X can hear it. And by the way, the generation, there's Generation Z that's like maybe I don't know how old they would be right now, maybe from 7 to like 15 years old, or maybe 20 years old. And so Generation Alpha is like, they're the babies now. So if you think about Generation Alpha right now, they're the babies now, and I'm thinking I need these sound waves that I'm saying need to be encased in stone, or like embalmed, so that the next Generation X can hear them. So I'm talking about maybe hundreds of years that before the next generation will be able to hear what it is I have to say. And then I say erasing no X for the basics. So I just erase those that don't understand what I'm talking about. I don't cross them out. When I say no X for the basics, I don't cross them out. And I say effacing the perplex with no treasure, they too. And it's basically, I'm saying the same thing. I just erase those that don't really get what I'm understanding. But I say with no treasure, is short for treasure, and the X marks the spot. So no X for the basics, no treasure for the basics, effacing the perplex with no treasure, they too. And then, so that's just the first verse, and that's kind of like all I really wanted to get into. Hey, what it do? I'm real late to, saying hi, because I'm actually myopic. I usually wear other glasses, but I just like the way that these look. These really help, these really help for the brand, I guess, So, no, I said I was just going to do the first verse, but the chorus is, I would say, listen to that song. It's golddiamondmusic.bandcamp.com/track/vexed-apologize-later. And you don't have to type it in. You could just Google Vexed G.Aware.Nerd. You can see my name in the top. There's no A in it, but it's like Vexed G.Aware.Nerd. And I think depending on what how they set up your search bar or whatever, it'll either be the first or the second link. Just click on that link, and you can listen to the song, determine for yourself whether you think it's dope, and just look at the lyrics. And the lyrics are heavily layered. So obviously the chorus is incredibly simple. Vexed, get them all vexed, apologize later. And then the verse 2, it says, I used to tiptoe around the envious, acting so big to impede us. So, there was a time where I was like really timid, and even though I knew people were jealous of me, I would tiptoe around them. I would hide my light. I would not be show the greatness that I am. And they acting so big to impede us. They're acting like they're so big because they're trying to stop me. And by us, it was just a way to kind of rhyme envious, impede us. But you could say it's my guides, my ancestors that are behind me. They all have a plan for me, and they want to see me. And then God, obviously my higher self, wants to see me, unfold that plan. And then, but not because they thought I was small. It was because I could exceed them. And I say, yeah, glory to the greatest by the constellation. Shout out all my phases, done grown from the basic. Lame still projecting, ain't think I would make it. Thought I'd stay the greatest. So, right? So I say, glory to the greatest. I once again give thanks to the Most High. By the constellations, shout out all my phases. And now that's a reference to astrology. All the settings in the sky that have happened, meaning the sky is just a reflection of all the events that happen in your life, right? According to astrology. So throughout all those phases, I shout out all my phases. Every phase that I was in, when I was ignorant, when I felt low, when I was depressed, all the times that were like, and then also the reflection of the constellations of those all those trials and tribulations that I went through. I'm shouting out all my phases, and I'm in appreciation for everything that I've gone through. And I say, done grown from the basic, lame still projecting, ain't think I would make it, thought I'd stay degraded. And then I start rapping, and I rap a real simple verse here. So, I'm not trying to really go bar for bar, and I'm really being more anthemic in this verse. So it's kind of basic, but I think that it's effective. And so I say, crank the fader. I'm a water waiter. So I say, crank the fader. Obviously, turn it up. I'm a water waiter. So that the wade means like wading in the water, like you're on the surface of the water walking, and that's kind of a reference to Jesus walking on water and being above emotions. But it's also a play on the word waiter, meaning someone who serves water, who serves emotional health, who serves healthy liquid instead of just Coca-Cola or chemical laden juices or drinks and all that shit. And then I say, I'm a water waiter over all the hating blaze ostentatious. Now, ostentatious is just a big word meaning showy. Meaning I'm not afraid to show my shit. And I say, no hide under a bushel like I'm always naked. I can't help my shine. Bots deploy your infrared. Heat-seeking hatred don't phase sacred. Eyes open, still security blanketed. Heard through the grapevine, my existence got you frustrated. Clinging to old wineskins, complaining. So I do make quite a few like Bible references because when I was a kid I was raised Christian. I'm no longer Christian now, but I have a lot of respect for the essence of what Christianity was for me, and a lot of the principles are incredibly true, and they've maintained their truth throughout my life. So I'll use references like walking on water, hiding under a bushel, and then clinging to old wineskins. So how can Jesus once said, how can you put new wine into old wineskins? How can you have a new experience if you're clinging to the same old beliefs? That's basically what that means. And so I say, the people that are hating on me, who are frustrated because I exist, they're clinging to old beliefs about me. And then they say, clinging to old wineskins, complaining like how we do it because they like how I do it, right? And then for the bridge, it goes, whether hate or love, the greatness won't dumb down. They think that I came to play. Fuck you, have a nice day. They say I ain't doing nothing, but all up in my business. Thought I'd waste away to nothing. Plans barely begin to get them vexed. And then you go into the chorus again. And then and then the beat switches up, and it said, and then I go, vexing the jive, I'm an asshole who got the stone, stand all alone, people is prone to play a prawn, shrimp for the vulgar. So I say vexing the jive, and I like to use, words that are old. So the word jive is like, meaning like bullshit. And I'm an asshole who got the stone, stand all alone, people is prone to play a prawn. It's like, so when I say people are prone to play a prawn or shrimp means small. Prawn is actually the bigger version of shrimp. But I just wanted to rhyme that word, so I just put the word prawn there. And I say shrimp for the vulgar. Now, vulgar just means the common folk. It doesn't mean bad word or anything like that. It just means the common folk. And say, they don't know how I got here, they insecure. I be insecure too, but overcome the mental blurs. So the people that hate on me are insecure, but I also struggle with being insecure as well, but I work on overcoming that shit. And then I say, no one I used to know still around. Why would I stress to keep them around? And it's like, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's over, it's done, otherwise confound. Opinions the onion, stinky mouth. So I say, it's over, it's done, otherwise confound. Opinions the onion, stinky mouth. So that's a reference to the Onion, which is the fake, news site that actually creates like funny news stories that are absolutely false. But it's play on the onion. The onion is stinky when it rots, and when somebody eats it, it makes their breath stink. And the people who are no longer in my life, whatever their opinions are about me, they are irrelevant. They're fake. They're false. They're not true. They're like, that's what I mean by opinions. The onion, stinky mouth. They thoughts ain't fly. They run afoul. They mouth is a sphincter. So they thoughts ain't fly. They run afoul. So a foul means bad. They in the wrong direction, negative. But they thoughts ain't fly, they run afoul. Which means the foul is fucking bird. So it's like they thoughts ain't fly, they run afoul. They mouth is a sphincter, tell all the vexed ones take a bow. Performance before the king now. So they mouth is a sphincter means they talking shit. So but they mouth is a sphincter, tell all the vexed ones take a bow. Performance before the king now. So it's like all the shit that they're talking is just a performance. but they need to understand, that they're dealing with somebody. I'm not somebody to fuck with. I'm not somebody to play with. Like, I'm on some other shit now. And so that's basically the lyrical analysis of that song. Now, the reason why I did this live, because one of the things the reality that you have to deal with when you're a musician or a producer or anything like that, you're unknown. Nobody gives a fuck about your fucking song at all, because if it ain't Drake, if it ain't Ariana Grande, if it ain't one of those motherfuckers who have a whole team supporting them and making sure that motherfuckers know about them, motherfuckers don't care about your song. But I think it's important to just step up to the plate and just talk about your shit anyway, because I really don't have anything else going on. So I'm just going to come out and talk about my shit until y'all love it, because my shit is dope. It's like every musician says that, because there are a lot of fucking talented musicians out there. There are a lot of motherfuckers who are way better than me, like technically and creatively, way better than me. But I'm like, I have a space now. The internet is, humongous. Yeah, there's some AI shit going down, where AI is trying to take over how, musicians, take over as the fucking, music producer now. And I don't agree with that, but it's like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do in the meantime. So I just wanted to do that lyrical analysis. You're probably going to see this on fucking YouTube. And thank you guys for listening and even popping in. You guys don't want to leave no damn likes, but it's like, it is what it is. And much love. Peace. And now.